Do you love Christmas movies? Well, I can guarantee you this, you don't love Christmas movies as much as me, right? But I'm obsessed. And today I watched a Christmas film that was an LGBTQ film, and honestly, it blew my mind. Like, I'm going to be talking to you about that today, but before I get into it, if there's any Christmas films out there that you love, please let me know in the comment section, because I've basically run out of films to watch. I've seen them all. I'm just sitting here editing this video, right, and my teeth look totally yellow, but it's because I had my ring light on warm, so please just ignore that. A few weeks ago I seen a post saying that Hallmark were bringing out a movie with a gay couple, and I was like, oh my god, this is like the biggest deal ever, like what a time to be alive, right? So at the time I thought that that's what the full film was about. The film was called The Christmas House. I watched it last night, and that isn't what the full film was about. It was just featuring a gay couple that was trying to adopt a child, right? And even though they weren't the main characters in the film, I thought that it was a really important step to add into a Hallmark movie. Because a few years ago they were going to do a film about a gay couple, and people were protesting about it for some reason, because they're idiots. I mean, if you don't want to watch a film about a gay couple, don't watch it. That's how simple life is. At the time when I found out about this, I was so excited, and I mentioned it to somebody. I'm not going to say who that person was, right, but I was talking to them about it, and I was like, oh my god, there's got to be a Hallmark film with a gay couple. This is amazing. And they were just like, oh. And I didn't get what the problem was. And they says, oh, gay people have always been around. I mean, when I was young, gay people were on TV. And I was like, aye, they were on TV, but they weren't playing gay characters. Not that a gay person has to play a gay character, right? But if it was a gay man and they were in a film, they were in a relationship with a woman, they didn't have gay couples in films. Like, especially as lead characters. It was maybe like the gay best friend or whatever. And this person just didn't get it, right? Like, there's people out there who are gay, right, and they feel as if they're not normal. Just in case you're wondering, right, I'm not gay. This isn't why I'm making this video. But like, there's people out there who are gay and they think it's not normal and they try and hide it or whatever. Like, one of my best friends is a gay man, and when he was growing up he fancied somebody from Atomic Kitten, I think. And he didn't fancy women, right, but he thought that this lassie was stunning. And when he was growing up, he obviously liked men, but he didn't want to say it because he thought it was weird. And it's not weird, right? Obviously young people get confused and sometimes they think they like people that they don't like. But it's not weird to be gay. So the more you put these things into films, then people realise that it's completely normal. So I watched The Christmas House, and it was a half decent film. It didn't have to have the gay couple as the main characters. It was good, and at least they were included, and at least it's a step in the right direction. So this morning I was just flicking through Netflix to see if I could find anything to watch. And a couple of days ago I clicked on a Christmas film called A New York Christmas Wedding. And it started and I was just like, you know how that way where I wasn't getting into it for some reason. I thought, I can't be bothered watching this. And I switched it off. So this morning I had basically ran out of Christmas films to watch. So I thought, right, I'm out of desperation, I'm just going to watch this. And in this film there's a woman who's getting married to a man, and the mother-in-law is just a complete bitch and she's trying to take over the whole wedding. So she goes out to get some air and she goes for a run, and then she ends up bumping into this guy. Now I'm not going to like ruin the film for you, right? I actually think that you should watch it. But basically this film is about a lesbian couple who are trying to get married in the Catholic Church. And the priest is like, no, I can't because in the Bible it says it's wrong and blah blah blah, right? But then he ends up reading a passage for the Bible which is about, you know, how like punishing gay people and stuff. And he says like, this isn't the original words of the Bible and people kill themselves over this. And you know, the film was just so good. Like, it was so good. It was so emotional. This film was so well written. Honestly, I'm so glad that I went back to give it a second chance. Like, I normally watch about 3 Christmas films a day, right, if I'm not working. And this month I've watched a few Christmas movies and they've started and I've thought, oh, here we go, this is going to be total crap. And I've gave it a chance and they've ended up being some of the best ones that I've ever watched. And I really think that you should watch this film because it's just so good. It's got such a good message. It's just such an amazing film. Not only because this film's about a lesbian couple, but generally it was just a really good film to watch once you give it a chance. One of my dreams in life is to be in a Christmas film. Whether it's just an extra or whatever, it doesn't matter. I would love to be in a Christmas film. It would just be the best thing ever because I love them. I watch Christmas films all year. But I've got a friend who is a lesbian and she hates Christmas films. She doesn't even like Christmas that much, right? But she particularly hates Christmas films, apart from Home Alone. But I was texting her the day and I was telling her about this film and I was like, oh my god, like what a time to be alive. This is amazing. And she was just laughing at me and she's like, you've lost the plot. And she doesn't care, right? She's not sitting there going, oh great, there's lesbians in a Christmas film. She doesn't care. I seem to be the only person who cares right now, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. The other day I was on Facebook and there was a post that said, you know you're in a Christmas movie when? And somebody commented, when there's no coloured people in the film. That was his words, not mine. And I was like, I've watched at least 5 Christmas films this week where it's been exclusively black people. There might be a couple of white people working in the office or whatever, but it's been all black people basically. And just before I had seen that post, I had just watched a Christmas film about a journalist who went to take over a newspaper and the lead character was black. Now, I'm not saying, oh, there's millions of Christmas films that's all black people, right? Or there's millions of Christmas films where the lead is a black person. There is a lot of them, but not compared to white people. And I understand that there isn't as many, right? But hopefully now there's going to be more because everybody should be included. And when it comes to Christmas films or films in general, it shouldn't all be about the gay best friend who helps you pick out your wedding dress. Like, it's okay to have gay people as the lead. It's okay to have black people as lead. Everybody should be involved. Everybody should be seen as involved in Christmas films because Christmas is for everybody who celebrates it. And even if you don't, you can still be in a Christmas movie. As I mentioned, it's one of my ultimate dreams in life to be in a Christmas film, right? Obviously, I'm not even an actress, right? Even just to be an extra in the bakery or whatever. But if I think about being in a Christmas movie, I can think like, oh, I go to the tree farm, I meet my high school sweetheart, you know, all the usual stuff. But now I feel like there's black people, gay people, maybe even transgender people who can think about being in a Christmas movie. Maybe they're actors and they can play a character like themselves and they go out and they meet another man or woman or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's amazing to me. I understand that the vast majority of humanity don't actually care about Christmas films, right? Especially not as much as I do. But Christmas movies could just be the start. Like, what if in the future we've got Disney films where like a princess is supposed to be marrying a prince and then she ends up falling in love with another princess and then they end up getting married? Like, can you even imagine it? That would be amazing. Like, imagine that little girl or boy sitting there and they fancy another boy or girl and they feel like as if they're not normal, and then they see a Disney film where this happens and all of a sudden it's like it makes sense. Do you know what I mean? I know that you probably think I'm exaggerating here, but it really it's just amazing. In a New York Christmas wedding, the couple go to mass every Sunday and the priest still refuses to marry them. And one of my friends who's gay used to go to mass and they were told that they weren't welcome there anymore because they were gay. Now, for a religion to preach that you're supposed to love everybody and accept everybody, and then a priest turns around and says that, like, I don't know if you know this, but I used to believe in God. I used to be a Catholic and I wanted to be an altar girl. And when I went to the priest and asked him if I could be an altar girl, he said no because God was a man. And then he told my friend at the time that she wasn't welcome because her mum and dad were divorced. Now, that is disgusting, right? I don't believe in God anymore. But it's just unacceptable to speak to somebody like that when you're supposed to be preaching loving people and accepting people, and then you turn around and say don't come to mass because you fancy men or because you sleep with men or whatever. Like, what has it got to do with you? Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't my friend's fault that her mum and dad were getting divorced, and that priest was absolutely disgusting, and thankfully he's dead now, right? But like, he was just a vile, vile human being. I realise that this is a completely random video, but when I watched that film today, I was just like amazed. I was just amazed at how well it was written and everything, and I think that you should give it a chance as well. Let me know in the comments if you've watched A Christmas House or A New York Christmas Wedding, and what you thought of them. Also let me know in the comments if there's any Christmas films that you think I should watch. I'm going to be making a list of Christmas films that you should be watching this year. And I'm just quickly going to say, if you haven't seen the Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2, I highly recommend that you watch them right now. I'm going to go and watch some more Christmas films, and if I can't find any I've not seen, I'll just watch The Holiday as usual. Thanks for watching. Bye!